I was trekking along in a forest at night, and the darkness demanded synthetic light. So I slept until morning and trekked to my car. I was turned toward Tucson, a city afar.
Don't you know that I'm loving you? In a garden of Vita, baby. Don't you know that I'll
As I drove toward the town, things had started to change. The road turned and curved, and my new path was strange. I saw a new sight, and from interest I ceased, for I knew that ahead I could not pass with ease. I left my mobile and discovered a pack that was left on the ground waiting for a new back. I searched through this satchel and discovered three things: a flashlight, a knife, and a note with three rings. I opened the note, and to me it would tell, abandon all hope, for you've now entered hell. I woke and discovered myself in the street, so I leapt from the ground and stood on my 2 feet. I walked to a school that I once knew so well, and remembered the children, the teachers, the bell. I walked towards the playground, and there I did see my oldest friend Virgil from elementary. He still seemed the same man I knew, but he lied, for the Virgil I knew as a young man had died. Virgil, how have you come back from the grave? And why must we be in this world of pave?
Dante, do you not know where you reside? The devil, he calls you. I pray you won't hide. I was sent to show you the path you must trek, for now you must traverse through the layers of heck.
Satan desires me? Did he say why? These layers, what's in them? What must I get by?
The layers are riddled with sinners and demons, those who defied God with their lies and their treason. I warn you, be careful. Do not trust a soul, for they'll bite off your head and they'll swallow you whole. Into the blind world you now descend, but for now I must leave you, my oldest of friends.
I continued and noticed with senses of mine that each door had a label of rings 1 to 9. I entered ring 1, and right there I observed a young child in limbo, no baptism served. She cried, for she knew she would not live so well, as she wept with the knowledge she'd never leave hell. I walked from this room with some gloom in my head, for this baby would always roam here with the dead. I continued to ring 2, and found in this room a young girl who'd been too active with her womb.
My name is Lust, and I'm stuck here for life, as I was not deflowered as husband and wife. Satan was calling and God wasn't there, so I live here waiting for my love and despair. He betrayed me, and right when he died, you shall find that his soul skipped rings 1 through 8 right to ring 9.
I left this young harlot and went on to see the lost soul that was waiting for me in ring 3. I walked towards ring 3 and I opened the door to discover a man with but food on the floor.
You can call me a beast with your ever retort, but I am hungry and wish to keep this visit short. I once was a king who indulged in his mutton, but now and forever labeled a glutton. My friend here is half dead, do not get too close, for but 1 day ago died of overdose. An addict for drugs, leaning for a good fix, he overindulged and fixed himself with 6. I sit here doomed to eat with no satisfaction, for my hunger will last till the world is a fraction. Continue your journey, you've seen enough here, now enter ring 4, but do so without fear.
I continued to ring 4, but no door in sight, just an arch with a sign at the peak of its height. Looking in, all I saw was a pile of records, not too big, not too small, about 3 feet in measure. I knew it was plagued by the room's emptiness, for it lacked any people, no host, no guests. It seemed like the records were there for the taking, but a feeling now told me the room was just vacant. I entered, and immediately into my sight came a vision of hoarders all wanting to fight. One tried to attack, and just then with my knife, I ended this miserly's death of a life. I left this ring knowing the true price of greed, and was happy to leave and forever be freed. I left my old house and moved towards the back, and discovered a gate with a message in black. Ring 5 read the sign with a pool right behind, and inside it were sinners with anger in mind. Doomed for their anger, put to rest or awake, they were destined to spend all of time in this lake. I entered to this and noticed 4 paths, labeled rings 6 to 9 from the first to the last. I entered ring 6 and discovered a man who had claimed that the soul's existence was a sham. Doomed to be set aflame for his beliefs, I turned and I left, overcome with my grief. In 7 was a man who died violent in life, for his conquest had caused so much pain and much strife. His conquest caused death, like the deaths in a flood, and for this he'd spend death in a bathtub of blood. I left and continued to walk to ring 8, as to see 1 through 9 was my current fate. The man who'd reside here was here for his fraud. He'd seduced for his own good and lost touch with God. The final ring called, so I left in a rush, as to leave out of hell and this cosmic slush. I walked in and saw standing there in ring 9 was the devil himself with his powers divine. For going against God and indulging in sin, Satan dwelled in this room for the war he'd not win.
For all of time I am bound here to dwell, the deepest, darkest reaches of hell. I fought against God and I'll never forgive old Satan for all the things that he did. Pray you will stay, I won't let you leave. The only escape is if in God you believe.
I've seen all your sinners and they've seen me, and they've decided to just let me be. You paid for your actions and that is a fact. Now it's time for me to return back to the life that I led, and I led it so well, and no longer deserve this own personal hell. I bid you good day, for I'm off on my own to return to the world that I've always known.